Hello, it's DannyDealz here. Thank you for tuning in to Un Poco Mas, the show where we give you just a little bit more. On behalf of executive producer Hurricane Lopez and supervising producer Stock Karen, we would like to welcome you. Say happy Monday. It is May 22nd, 2023. It's 12:22 p.m. out here on the West Coast. It's about 3:30 out in NYC. Hope it's a great day wherever you are. I would like to talk with you today about Jaguar Health Inc., ticker symbol JAGX. There is no way to sugarcoat this, no way to put lipstick on this pig. A turd is a turd, and this stock has been absolutely terrible. We all know that. However, the question remains, is the stock going to turn around, or is the stock going to continue to destroy capital for this foreseeable future? As I like to say about this stock, can we expect explosive growth or explosive diarrhea? Up until this point, it's been nothing but explosive diarrhea, but actually, I expect that to turn around very, very quickly, and the stock should move up. We have a couple of things on the horizon when it comes to Jaguar Health. Number one, we just hit 100% enrollment in their P3 pivotal study for CTD, which is the cancer related diarrhea that comes from cancer treatments and will be Jaguar's biggest market by far. Now, as most of you know, earnings just came out, and Jaguar got hit very hard because their sales for Mytesi for the HIV indication decreased from 3 million to 2 million. But let's be honest, the HIV market was not growing. Thank goodness, HIV medications have come a long way, and patients are not subject to a lot of these horrible side effects. So, Mytesi just is not, growing sales, and in fact, sales are shrinking. But the HIV market was never going to be the future of this company. And with that in mind, Jaguar Health put out a corporate presentation today. It's over the wires, Market Screener, Ortex, all those things have it. But they're just talking about the markets that they're involved in, and HIV related diarrhea. They estimate the potential to be 50 million on the gross, which would be 12 million a quarter. I don't think they're ever going to get near that until they get FDA approval for CTD, and that market grows organically, and it might sort of lift up the HIV market with it. Now, CTD projected to be 1.9 million new cancer cases in the US annually. Over 1 million cancer patients receive chemo or radiation in a US outpatient clinic annually. Um, Comparable supportive care services global market projected to reach 3.9 billion by 2024. Short bowel syndrome, 10,000 to 20,000 people in the US have SBS and approximately the same number in Europe. Orphan drug designation supports potential accelerated approval. Estimated annual U.S. sales for Takata's SBS drug Gatix are $555 million per year. Microvillus inclusion disease is a congenital disorder. Just go down through this report yourself. You have CDD, congenital diarrhea disorder. You have IBS, irritable bowel syndrome. IBS products have estimated revenue over $1 billion and affect 15% of the adult population. Also, remember that priority review vouchers are transferable. So, if Jaguar is able to get a priority review voucher, those can be sold, and recent sales have been anywhere from 67 million to 350 million dollars. So that is another potential avenue to create a lot of value for shareholders. As far as analysts, there are not many covering the stock. You keep hearing about that pipeline and a product designation because this particular product, they've set up the pipeline from harvesting in the rainforest, purity certification through the US and Europe. They've set up distribution through some specialty pharmacies, but you can bet now that we're at full P3 enrollment for CTD and we're expecting readout later this year, um, distribution is going to get a lot bigger very, very quickly. So, Jaguar Health, what can we expect in terms of the price action as this P3 comes into focus? And I think people start to see the scope of this market. Um, what I'd expect to happen is we're going to easily come back and challenge this dollar mark that we hit earlier this month. We'll blast right through $1.20 where we were back in March, and then this is simply going to step up the same way it came down. So the next thing I look for is $3.30 and then $4.50. And then if we can challenge that level, I expect to get somewhere up here into the low sixes. But, that represents a 10x from here, and people are like, oh, that's completely unreasonable. How could this stock 10x? Well, if you think about the fact that the current market cap is around $13 million and they've already been selling approximately that much into the HIV market, that market's going to be dwarfed by every single one of those congenital disorders, IBS, um, microvillus, etc., short bowel syndrome. So those diseases have the potential to bring in hundreds of millions of dollars each, but the real market is in the cancer treatment because so many patients end up stopping or modifying their cancer treatments because of dehydration and diarrhea, and that leads to hospitalization and potentially even deaths. And Mytesi has already been proven to help with these conditions over a long period of time. We're simply going through the very long, very costly FDA approval process and the corresponding processes in Europe. But once those things are completed and we are in that home stretch, there is going to be a tremendous amount of value in this company because there are going to be a lot of sales, because there is very little competition here in terms of Jaguar's approach. There is no competition. And all we have to do is get the word out at that point, get a sales force out there, and Jaguar has everything else set up. So I believe there could be some bluer skies on the horizon, explosive growth or explosive diarrhea. I think finally we could be prepared for explosive growth in 2025, 2026, once we receive the P3 approval for CTD from the FDA. So that's Jaguar Health. A business update out today. I encourage you to head on over to your favorite stock news site and read it. Stock is up about 3 cents today on moderate volume. And we appreciate you tuning in. Happy Monday. It's May 22nd. Ticker symbol is JAGX. Stock is Jaguar Health. This guy is DannyDealz. The show is Un Poco Mas, where we try to give you just a little bit more. You guys have yourselves a great Monday.